Yeah, you know what it is. I had to put on my shades and hat dedicated to the late great Eazy. Now, last video I told you how Eazy connected with Biggie and Biggie connected with Pop. Well, I didn't know this until last year that Biggie was cool with Eazy. He said it was sad hearing about Eazy dying. He didn't know he had AIDS. So that meant Biggie was cool with Pop, and it meant Eazy was cool with Biggie, and Biggie is friends with Pop, and Pop took a picture with his cool with Eazy, and now they worked with Bone Thugs and Harmony. Let that sink in. Now let's do this. Story of the late great Easy Mofo and E. Compton in the house. But I'm from North Carolina, so consider me an honorary Compton person. Eric Glenn Wright, born September 70. Eric Glenn Wright, born September 7, 1964, died March 26, 1995 with AIDS. Known professionally as Eazy-E, was an American rapper who propelled West Coast rap and gangster rap by leading the group NWA and its label Ruthless Records. Wright is often referred to as the godfather of gangster rap. Eazy Eric Glenn Wright, born 7th, September 7th, 1964. Burial place Rose Hills Memorial. Occupations rapper, entrepreneur, record label executive. Spouse Tamika Wright, married in 1995. Children 11, including Little Eazy-E, Jones, West Coast hip hop, gangster rap, G Funk. Years after 1987 to 1995, labels Ruthless Records, Priority, Relativity, and Epic, formerly of NWA. And that's his signature. Probably can't see it. Born in Compton, California, Wright had several legal troubles before founding Ruthless Records in 1987. After a short solo career with frequent collaborations with Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, that along with the Arabian Prince formed NWA together that same year. DJ Yella and MC Ren were later recruited. The group debuted with the split compilation album NWA and the Posse 1987, which was followed by their debut studio album Straight Outta Compton. In 1989, controversial upon the release, Straight Outta Compton is now ranked among the greatest and most influential albums ever. The group released its second album and final studio album, In Words for Life, in 1991, and soon after disbanded during NWA's split. Easily, largely by disputes over money, Eazy became embroiled in bitter rivalries with Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, who had departed for solo careers in 1989. 1999, that's 89 when Cube went solo. In 1991, that's when Dr. Dre went solo. Respectively, resuming his solo career, Eazy released two EPs, and of course, Eazy went solo. Yet he remained more significant behind the scenes, signing indie nationality, debuting the rap group Bone Thugs and Harmony from 1993 to 1994. In 2016, Wright posthumously, along with Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and MC Ren, and Yellow, as members of the musical group NWA, were inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But since he died, they had to posthumously have him there. You can see the interview on YouTube. I can't show it because I get copyrighted. I can't show it because of copyrights. Early, early life in Ruthless Records. Eric Wright was born on Richard and Katie Wright on September 7th, 1964, in Compton, California, and Los Angeles County, a middle-class suburb that experiencing black busting. His father was a postal worker, and his mother was a grade school administrator. His family and others witnessed the rapid shift downwards of their community caused by several factors, including white flight and the nearby Watts riots and the formation of expansion of street gangs, most notably the Crips and the Bloods. Wright attended Compton High School but dropped out of the 10th grade. He later received a general equivalent diploma, aka GED. No man survived on the streets without a protective mask. No one survived naked. You had to have a role. You had to be thug, player, athlete, gangster, or dope man. Otherwise, there was only one role. Left you victim. Jerry Hill on Eazy. Wright supported himself mainly by selling drugs and inducing his cousin to the elite occupation. Wright's music manager, Jerry Heller, recalls seeing Wright selling marijuana, but not cocaine. Heller would claim that Wright's dope dealer label was Wright on his self-forged armor. Wright was also labeled a thug. Heller complains the hood But he grew up in was a dangerous place. He was a small guy. Thug was a role that was widely understood on the streets. It gave you a certain level of protection in the sense that people hesitate to F with you. Likewise, dope dealers was a role that, according to you, certain privileges and respect. In a 2006 interview with the Associated Press, Heller stated that he had no proof that he was ever a drug dealer. I'm not sure if he was or wasn't. I know that it was good for Rufus' image and Rufus' persona, so maybe that's why he adopted it. In 1986, at the age of 22, Wright had allegedly earned as much as $250,000 from dealing drugs. However, after his cousin was shot and killed, he decided that he could make a better living in the Los Angeles hip hop scene, which was growing rapidly in popularity. He started recording records during the mid 1980s, and the parents of the garage, in his parents' garage, still started Ruthless Records. In 1987, see how things start from a small place. Records came from being in a garage to being big label, to being worldwide, to being known by everyone, to being well liked, to being well received, to being legendary. In 1987, Wright met with Jerry Heller, a music industry veteran, and who was a representative of Elton John, Marvin Gaye, and others. The original idea for Rufus Records came when Wright asked Heller to go into business with him. Wright suggested a half ownership company, but it was later decided that Wright would get 80% of the company's net income and Heller would only get 20%. According to Heller, he told Wright, every dollar comes into Rufus, I take 20 cents in the industry standards for the manager of my caliber. I'm a caliber, and I take 20, you take 80%. I'm only responsible for my expenses, and you responsible for yours. You own the company, I work for you. Heller with the Heller Wright invested so much of his money into Rufus Records. Heller claims that he invested the first 250,000 and will eventually put up to 1 million into the company. Musical career. NWA and Eazy does is 1997 to 1991. NWA's original lineup consists of Arabian Prince, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, and Ice Cube, DJ Yella, and MC Ren joined later. The split compilation album NWA and the Posse was released on November 6, 1987, and would go on to be certified gold in the United States. The album featured material previously released as singles on the Macola record label, which was responsible for distribution and releases by NWA and other artists like Phila Fresh Crew and a West Coast rap group originally based in Dallas, Texas. Eazy's debut album, Eazy Does It, was released in November 1988 and was featured 12 tracks, and it was labeled as a West Coast hip hop gangster rap. And later on, the golden age of hip hop, it was sold over 2.5 million copies in the United States and reached the number 41 on the Billboard's 200. The album was produced by Dr. Dre and DJ Yella, largely written by MC Ren, Ice Cube, the DOC. Both Glenn Boyd from Seattle Post-Intelligencer and MTV's John Witherspoon claimed that Eazy Does It paved the way for NWA's most controversial debut album, Straight Outta Compton, which was released in 1989. Wright's only solo in the albums was remixed to songs 8 Ball, which originally appeared on NWA, and the Posse. Straight Outta Compton featured Wright's writing and performing. He performed on 7 songs and helped write 4 songs. Ice Cube left NWA in 1989 because of internal disputes, and the group continued as a 4-piece ensemble. And the group continued as a 4-piece ensemble. Yeah, a 4-piece ensemble. You see what it is for Rumble. Do like WWE for your Rumble. NWA released 100 Miles and Running in 1990 and In Words for Life in 1991. A diss war started between NWA and Ice Cube when 100 Miles and Running and Real Ninjas were released. Ice Cube responded with No Vaseline on Death Certificate. Wright performed on 7 of the 18 songs on In Words for Life. The NWA interviewed with Dr. Dre in 1991 to 94. NWA began to split up after Jerry Heller became the band's manager. Dr. Dre recalls the split came when Jerry Heller got involved. He played in divide and conquer game instead of taking care of everybody. He picked one N-word to take care of And that was Eazy. And Eazy was like, I'm taken care of, so F it. And Dr. Dre and the DLC sent Suge Knight to look into Eazy-E's financial situation as he began to grow suspicious of Eazy-E. And Jerry Heller, Dr. Dre, and the DLC asked Eazy-E to release them from Ruthless. But Eazy refused, and the past led to what reportedly transpired between Suge Knight and Eazy at the recording studio where In West for Life was recorded. After he refused to release Dr. Dre and the DLC, Suge Knight told Eazy that he had kidnapped Jerry Hill and was holding him prisoner in a van. This did not convince Eazy to release Dr. Dre and the DLC from Rufus, and Suge Knight threatened Eazy's family. Suge Knight gave Eazy a piece of paper and contained Eazy's mother's address, telling him, I know where your mama stays. Eazy finally signed Dr. Dre and the DLC releases, officially ending NW's affiliation with both artists. Allegedly. I'm not saying I know this is true or not. I'm just reading this. So I love everyone from different coasts. Yeah, yeah. December 1992 EP 5150, Home for the Sick, features a song written by Naughty by Nature. The track Merry Mother Effing Xmas, aka Merry Mother Effing Christmas, features Madhatia, Buckwheat, and Abton Klein. As guest vocalist and neighborhood sniper features Cocaine as a guest vocalist. The feud with Dr. Dre continued after a track that Dr. Dre's debut album, The Chronic, Epic Dre Day, and Everybody's Celebration contained lyrics that insulted Eazy-E. Eazy responded with October 1993's EP Its Own, Dr. Dre 187, No Killer, featuring the tracks Real Mother Effing G's, Real Compton City Cheese. And its own, the album, which was released on October 25th, 1993, contains pictures of Dre wearing a lacy outfit and makeup. He was a member of the electro hip hop world class wrecking crew. Its own, Dr. Dre 187 Killer, features several guest vocals, including Gangsta, Just the Ends, The Knockout, Definition RZA, Baby Gangsta, BG Knockout, and Code 187. I like all them. BG from BG Knockout, Gangster, Just Cocaine, 187, Right on D, and Dirty Red, all of them my favorites. Shout out to the West Coast boys. Well, excuse me for saying that, right? Shout out to the West Coast man. And his final album, Straight After Streets of Mother Effing Compton, was released 10 months after his death on January 30th, 1996. Straight After Streets of Mother Effing Compton featured several guest vocalists, including BG Knockout, Gangsta Dresser, Silky Fine, Dirty Red, Machata Boy, Roger Troutman, and ex-NWA member MC Ren and DJ Yella. Personal life, Wright had a son named Eric Donnell Wright, known as Lil Eazy. In 1984, he also had a daughter named Erin, who changed her name to Evie. And on October 2016, Evie launched a crowdfunding campaign to produce a film called Fruitful Scandal, No More Lies, to investigate her father's death. It attended successfully in December 2016. In March 1991, Wright accepted an invitation to lunch benefit with the Republican Senator Inner Circle hosted by then U.S. President George H.W. Bush. A spokesperson for the rapper said that Wright supported Bush because of his performance in the Gulf War. And Wright regularly attended court in the persecution of the officers involved in the beating of Rodney King after standing alongside Theodore J. Brezina, whom he had met through sharing the same lawyer. Wright said the difference is most people looked at the video and said 4 white officers responsible for beating of this helpless, innocent black man. I say wrong. 3 white officers were responsible for beating Rodney King. The officer, Theodore Brezina, happens to be Mexican American. He tried to stop them. This caused controversy with the hip hop community, with Willie D. calling Wright a sellout. Wright met Tamika Woods at a Los Angeles nightclub in 1991, and they married on March 14th, 1995. 12 days before his death, they had a son named Dominique and a daughter named Deja, born 6 months after Wright's death. Rufus was taken over by his wife, according to Jerry Hill. Wright had 11 children with 8 women. His music influence and style. Let's go. Music sites Eazy influences as Ice-T, Red Fox, King T, Bootsy Collins, Run DMC, Richard Pryor, Egyptian Lover, Schoolie D, Too Short, Prince and the Sugar Hill Gang, and George Clinton. Just like my influence, George Clinton. Ironically, Eazy is my influence. My influence is my top 5: Eazy, Biggie, Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and George Clinton. In the documentary, The Life and Times of Eric Wright, Eazy mentions collaborating with many of his influences. When reviewing Eazy Does It, Jason Barkheimer and our music said in terms of production, Dr. Dre and Yellow melded together P-Funk, Def Jam style hip hop and leftover electro sounds in mid-80s Los Angeles, creating a dense, funky, and thoroughly unique style of their own. Buckheimer said that it sounded absolutely revolutionary in 1988. Legacy. Eazy has been called a godfather of gangster rap. MTV's Reed Saheem said Eazy was a rap pioneer, and he sometimes cited the cities by critics as a legend. Steve Fouie of Our Music said that he was one of the most controversial figures in gangster rap since his 1995 death. Many book and video biographies have been produced, including 2002's The Day Eazy Died and Dead and Gone. When Eazy was diagnosed with AIDS, many magazines, Jet, Vibe, Billboards, and The Crisis and Newsweeks covered the story and released information on the topic, all in the studio albums and EP charted on the billboards. And many of the singles Eazy Does It, We Want Eazy, Real Mother Effing Jews, and Just to Let You Know are also charted in the US. His discography, studio albums, yay. Eazy Does It, straight off the streets of Mother Effing Compton. Extended plays 5150, Home for the Sick. Eazy Does It was 1998. Straight out of Mother Effing Compton was 1996. Yeah, Eazy Does It was 1998. Hope I said that correct earlier. And extended plays 5150, Home for the Sick, 1992. It's on Dr. Dre, 187 Killer, 1993. Impact of a Legend, 2002. Collaborative albums, NWA and the Posse with NWA, 1987. Straight Out of Compton with NWA, 1989. 100 Miles and Running with NWA, 1990. Ninjas for Life with NWA, 1991. And that's the story of Eazy. Whoop, whoop, motherfucking E. Because you know how we do it for you and me. Had to wear the shades and the hat dedicated to the late Eazy E. We coming back. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Come see more. And watch my videos before this and after this. Right after here, you'll see the next video. Watch that video, subscribe to the video, watch the channel, and share. And comment too. Make sure you let everyone know. We out.